this match, Detroit City FC at Widener Field was 2-0 up until this point tonight. They were 1-0 going into this season, and it looked like it was going to be a test for us tonight because you're playing the defending USL champions,
and they released their banner in the snow.
Of course, and
I'm kind of surprised their banner is a little bit weak, but I don't think they want to do it in a concert where their championship banner got on fire like in Chicago, reportedly.
Disturbed, I believe, is now in the annals of Detroit Piston history. I will digress on that because, you know, those 6 championships came after the Bad Boys' back-to-back titles in 89 and 90 respectively. And I think it was a karma bitch.
Let's go back to Colorado Springs.
Yes,
they
exactly.
released their banner under a snowstorm, which didn't snow during the game. Thank God for that.
No, it wasn't like last year, though, where you had piles of snow, behind the banners or the sideline banners and whatnot, and it was still in the high 30s.
38.
Yeah, 38 at kickoff tonight.
Yeah.
But a lot of new faces making their, shall we say, impact on Detroit City tonight. Let's go.
Big time.
First half, not really too much of things to talk about there. Marcelo Polisi shown the yellow early on, 10th minute of play for Detroit City. And then...
a little bad tackle there.
Yeah, I mean, no, yeah, just a little bit of a bad tackle. Another, scrolling through here.
And the first half
yeah.
of the first half, Colorado Springs dominated literally, and
throughout the game. I mean, you could tell they were. I mean, offensively they were sound.
And Detroit City had no chance to move forward. They only got one chance. You know what I mean? It was a header by Darren Smith. Really good. Galato heater.
Oh yes, definitely.
Which went right.
Yeah, wide right of the goal, and it was one of those chances in which leave a man open at the wrong time, and fortunately, for fate's sake, there Detroit City thwarted off the inevitable at that point.
The first half, Colorado dominated. We only took 2 shots on that. 2. One was on target.
Yeah, it was not really like I said, it wasn't really a inspired offensive performance. So, and it carried on into the second half. Unfortunately, I mean there was a foul though late in the first.
Oh yeah,
first half.
This one was serious.
Unfortunately, I don't have video of it, but Carlos Villanueva tackled in the box by a defender for Colorado Springs. Questionable call there, you think?
Yeah, it was a questionable call. He was tackled clearly inside the box, in the mouth of the goal square, you know what I mean? And inside the goalie area.
Now,
and there was no call.
I don't think. Do you think he touched ball? The defender?
The defender, maybe. Couldn't tell from the camera angle.
Yeah, the camera angle didn't do it much justice, but I mean, you're thinking to yourself, foul inside the box, you can get a penalty right there. Obviously, no penalty was called there. The referee let it go.
And the referee didn't buy it. And, oh my!
Yeah, and
goodness gracious on me, goodness gracious on my there.
Yeah, it was just like I said. I mean, it was a questionable call at that, but what else can you do? Unfortunately for Detroit City at that point, it ended up being 0-0 at the half.
Yes.
However, Colorado Springs opened things up in the 47th minute. Juan David Tejada off a rebound, as you can see here.
You're right. Carlos Santana. Carl Santana. Sorry. He made the save, but didn't cut the rebound, and Tejada was there.
Back of the net for Detroit, for Colorado Springs, 1-0 in the 47th minute of play. Very close range, right-footed shot.
Yeah,
off
point
the
blank range.
off the
Showing
rebound.
it, he still haven't lost that scoring touch from the championship.
And he's gonna be the lead guy there.
Oh, yeah.
For all intents and purposes for Colorado Springs going forward. But Detroit City would finally get their
Yes.
due or revenge there.
Oh yeah.
Darren Smith opens up his city account in the in the 62nd minute of play. Right-footed shot from the center of the box into the bottom left corner. Detroit City ties things up at one apiece.
And the defender made a cruel mistake. Left Darren Smith wide open. Scored. He went to the box bank and he said, "I'd like to open my account. What do you like to deposit? We'll give you a free bag for the opening goal." And he got an opening goal.
Yeah. So Darren Smith, we've been bragging about this guy. Guy's been scoring goals left and right in Finland. He cashes in the second game.
And
of
he was
his
scoring
Detroit City
goals.
career.
And he was scoring goals left and right in preseason, but didn't get the chance last week. And now he got the chance this week. That was a great goal.
Yes, it was.
By a mistake.
Excellent goal there. But Detroit City would keep pushing on, and then a few subs come in.
Yes, including Sebastian Gonzalez, who
Guenzati comes in the
yes.
73rd minute.
Yes, and he got his 3 minutes to make it over 15,000 throughout his spectacular career.
And then a few minutes later, Guenzati capitalizing here on a steal.
Yes.
And did he put it in the back of the net, or was it an own goal?
From the initial look of it, I thought he scored. I thought it was really good until, and remember, they do review if he touched the ball, and then they later review, no, it went off the defender.
Yeah.
And
Actually, it went off the goaltender, Christian Herrera, of all people.
Of all people, yeah.
To get the, but Guenzati unfortunately did not open up his account according to the score.
Yeah, he deposited a goal. He was wishing.
Might be under review, but I don't know. I thought he got the goal.
He was wishing for a free bag, and then when they said, "I'm sorry, Guenzati," it was a no goal. That goal was denied. Oh.
But whatever, and it didn't matter. It's still 2-1 Detroit City.
Yes.
That goal in the 81st minute. Colorado had some chances in the end.
They were pushing it for the tying goal, but the defense stood strong.
Very strong. Couple big plays there at the end for Detroit City as far as defending goes, and they hold on to the victory tonight, 2-1.
Double whistles.
3-0 at Widener Field.
Double whistles. Thank you very much. Good night. 2-1. And now some prankster will probably change their recruitment to say Wire Stadium, owned by Detroit City.
Pretty much so, and Colorado Springs, just like they did last year, now losers of 2 in a row in the season, and they lost 4 of their first 5 games last year en route, and eventually they ended up winning the USL Championship.
You're right, surviving the Western Conference pillow fight, or the Great Western Conference pillow fight,
exactly,
as Mike from USL All Access would say. But this was a really good. It did start it off slow, but they picked up after the Tata goal. They picked up the intensity. I mean,
absolutely. After the opening goal tonight, it seemed like, okay, all right, you're throwing the dagger at us.
Yeah.
We're going to come out and show who we are, and the offensive prowess of Detroit City SC. Now that we're finally seeing it. I mean, you get players like Guenzati out there. Darren Smith gets his first goal of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, Yamazaki played like about 5 minutes there in the end. So
and the newbie we got on loan from Minnesota,
Yep.
he also played a little minute. And
Jordan
yeah.
Adebayo Smith
Yes.
came in there for a few minutes. He came in at the same time Guinzotti did.
Yes, you're right.
And
You're right.
you know, getting his legs in there.
That was player 225 to throw up in that city jersey.
225 and 226 being Yamazaki
Yeah, you're
coming
right.
in the 90th minute there. So
Yeah,
two
so-
more legacy numbers to be added on.
So we got to talk about the legacy next match at the Detroit City home opener next week.
Absolutely.
So.
I mean, we can talk a little bit about it
Okay,
now.
we'll talk about it. Yeah.
So Jared Mackey, great guy.
He's a really great guy. He built on his legend during the NPSL.
He worked his tail off trying to go through the annals of Detroit City history to come up with a list of players that have worn the city crest over
You're right.
the years. 225 now.
226.
226 players.
It started back almost all those years ago at Cascade.
Yep, 2000 from 2012 on up.
Number 1 and 11 are the first 11 players. And yeah, David Dewey, who is now the women's coach,
Number
he
13.
was number 13. And you go down the list of names, you know what I mean? I gotta say, if you have
There's some legends on there. There's some, not some great players on there.
Yeah.
I don't think Stephen Yunkai's numbers on there because I
No.
don't think he didn't make the team. He didn't play a match.
no.
He didn't play a match for us. He was
I
in
mean-
training for us.
Yeah, and also our greatest enemy when we played against him, Dario Suarez, who played in
He
the
has a
league.
legacy
Yeah.
number.
He got a legacy number.
Yeah.
It's all there, Dario.
Yep, check DeadCityFC.com. They have the full list there. You can also download it on if you download the Detroit City app, there's a story about that there, and just go to legacy numbers, and then it'll show you
And by the way,
every
they're-
player that's
and by the
played
way-
in Detroit City history.
And by the way, they're going to do that with the women's team, although it's less than 5 years. You know what I mean? They have a
Yes.
long legend, including one of my favorite city player of all time, the Bloomquist Wall, Sydney Bloomquist.
Yes, Sidney Bloomquist among that list.
I know.
Gabby Shriver, Lily Jekyll.
Yes. I hope she come back.
The
this
great,
year. Yeah.
the great Kella Addison.
Kella
who's been,
Addison. Murraying the Classic in the indoor league.
Yes, exactly, and that match is going on right now.
Yeah.
So we'll do that in the highlight package tonight. Hopefully they have some highlights of that game.
Maybe.
as well.
There's
Maybe.
no streaming in Indiana.
Yes, sadly.
Maybe there's too much streaming in downtown Indianapolis with the Big Ten tournament.
Who knows? Who
knows?
knows?
I know.
But the game's in Hammond, Indiana, so it has no
Okay.
it has no impact on it whatsoever.
I know. That's
But,
another work.
Overall, your thoughts on the match?
The match was really good. They started off slow, and they picked up. I would say my man of the match is Darren Smith. He's been waiting. He was saying he's a great striker, a great finisher. Oh yeah, he did finish the goal, and like I said, my prediction is dead on right now.
Yep.
I would say he's going to be a star.
Yep.
I'm going to say he's going to be a star for this team. You know what I mean? Great player, wonderful talent. He's going to be a star, and he's only young, so it's only just begun.
Absolutely.
At the Carpenter.
Absolutely. I
Right.
would say, a great addition to our squad, 2-year deal. He's going to be here for a couple of years. So, you're going to see a lot more of Darren Smith
Yeah, you're right.
down the road
Yeah.
as far as his Detroit City days are concerned. And
Right.
I think it was a great addition on there. Another great addition, as I mentioned, Guinzotti, he's only on the 1-year deal there.
Yeah, you're
and then
right.
you had Joe Abedayo Smith in
Yeah.
there. You already have Ben Morris. Juve did not play tonight,
No.
as we mentioned on the TikTok earlier, but you've got a lot of offensive weapons on this squad.
Oh yeah, a lot of offensive weapons. Yeah,
More than what we can say over the last couple seasons for Detroit City FC.
I know.
And I'll tell you what, it's a refreshing change.
You're right. It's refreshing change, and who knows? Could they roll off 6 in a win in a row? Maybe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the next couple of opponents, and they're going to play tomorrow because of weather concerns that postponed to tomorrow. Birmingham and Louisville. Birmingham, great players. They signed a couple of great players. Denny
Ronaldo
Trejo
Damos
and Ronaldo Damos, who played in Colorado last year. and then Louisville. I can't say the record.
Yeah.
4-0.
Yeah, on the road,
On
and
the
it is
road,
on the
yeah.
road again.
It's very tough. It's very tough at Lynn Family Stadium to win a game.
Yep, it is, and the only team. I mean, Rhode Island did it twice last year.
Oh yeah.
As a matter of fact, I mean they won it twice. They won in the regular season and also in the playoffs there.
Yeah, you're
So
right,
I mean, you're looking at it's still a tough road. I mean, will we get 5 in a row? Remains to be seen.
Remains to be seen.
It remains to be seen.
But when you're facing on
you have to
Louisville, when you're facing on Louisville at a great stadium like that with their home crowd, it's a little bit different. You know what I mean?
It is. It's a different atmosphere for sure.
We'll hold that off until we get to the pressure of playing that stadium when we get to Louisville.
Yeah, exactly.
In 2 weeks.
I don't know if I'll be making the trip down this year to Louisville. I think we'll just hang here. It's a 4:00 kickoff, by the way, coming up in a couple weeks there.
This is winter in the United States, and
So
you're right.
back-to-back 4:00 kickoffs for us in consecutive weeks. Birmingham Legion coming up on next Saturday at Keyworth Stadium.
And
That's
and finally, Le Rouge comes.
Yes, we're looking forward to that as well. It
Can't wait.
It should be a big day.
And I'm going to hold off my feeling about opening day in soccer in your hometown until then. It's going to be special.
Absolutely. So we'll go on to that. Let's get some highlights of all the action.
We got all the action from today's USL game, including 2 big games, by the way, Las Vegas and New Mexico, and the rematch of the Eastern Final of Charleston and Rhode Island, which include Maxi Rodriguez, who was starting for the first time in a jersey under dead DCFC.
All right, we got those highlights coming up.
Let's forward to the highlights. I like Bernie with today. We got some highlights.
Stanley kept that one on the deck. Outside the drive, the left foot, and it finds some more twine. Beautiful setup. There's Aiden Quinn in the 18th minute. It's 2-0 Indy 11.
A lot of frustration we've seen off of Williams for Pittsburgh. Fighting through the defense. And that will be 2-0. Slammed home, Luke Hawkinson.
Everybody back inside the 18-yard box for Tampa Bay Rowdies. The runs are made. The keeper misses it, and it's stabbed into the net. And it's Patrick Segrist. The fireworks go off. It's a new era, and Segrist scores the home opener for FC Tulsa.
Is the budding set-piece specialist having his locker. Another peach, and it loads up in. Jennings wheeling away in celebration, and it's 2 for Charleston.
Pedro.
Cuello. 86th minute, Phoenix pouring forward. There's that man again. That's a good solid cross. Nobody in black nearby. Sacco. Locomotive gets that cleared. Oh, the loft, it's in for the goal! My goodness gracious! Traore catches Jamali Wade off his line and just blasts it from over midfield.
An opportunity for Loudoun United FC to equalize here as we're in minute 40. Short corner, back to the start. McGuire can't stop it. McGuire got a paw on it. It went through his paw. Fine side netting, and Loudoun United FC has made it 1-1.
8.5 minutes after getting their first goal of the season, a prime opportunity to get number 2 and take the lead. There's the whistle. Can Elijah Paul deliver? Of course, 2-1 Monterey Bay, just like that.
See, that to me is a free kick out wide. I'm thinking, why not just stick it in the box? But let's see what happens here.
Sargent puts it into the box, back post. Epps deflection and in. Lexington have grabbed the lead with a deflected strike over the boots of Marcus Epps.
Little give and gore. Rivas to Seymour. It was really well worked, and Marlon Vargas was available at the top of the penalty area. Couldn't quite slide it through, and then miscommunication. It's another mistake. It's another tap-in. Marlon Vargas never gave up on the play. Las Vegas, miscommunication at the back, and for a second game running to start the season. Played with the new Minnesota United organization last season, as it's on a plate here for Rodriguez. Valentin Noel picks out Johnny Rodriguez, who scores his first goal for Las Vegas. Smart will try again, lays it off for O'Driscoll. O'Driscoll's ball in is going to find Joe Zhao. Zhao will shoot, and it's in! Joe Zhao has... Corner is bluffed initially. It's going to be curled in, it's all the way in! It's all the way in! Absolutely astonishing! New Mexico, who had thrown it away, have only gone and won it again in stoppage time!
Detroit City FC's MASLW squad finished off strong tonight with a 10-1 victory over Indiana United FC. The playoff schedule will be announced in the coming days. Meanwhile, in the Eastern Conference tonight, mind you, Louisville and Birmingham did not play. Detroit City and Loudoun United still sit on top of the Eastern Conference with 6 points apiece. All right, after that glowing highlights package there, I'm hoping that we got a result from the other game, but if it's there, it's there. It's not, we'll talk about it ad nauseum. Maybe I'll put it at an the end of the thing, whatever it is.
You'll probably
you'll have the result, the results there either way, whether we have highlights or not of that one, but... The women going for 10-0.
Yeah, then you're right, and they're still playing.
And as we are speaking to you right now, the game is in progress, so I can't give you a score or find out what's going on.
We'll tag it at the end of the show. It will be his.
And it'll be at the end of the highlights. So I can't really say yay or nay on how great that game was, but we can tell you how great this game was. I mean, this was a fabulous play.
And next week they begin the playoffs in the.
I believe it is. We haven't got an official word yet from MASLW as far as when that playoff schedule is. We'll hand it to you via all the faithful of Detroit City. I'm sure the club's going to make an announcement as well when those playoffs will begin. It'll be a weekend over in Iowa.
Near Davenport, near Des Moines, excuse me.
Exactly.
Home of the Des Moines Buccaneers of the USHL.
And home of the Iowa Demon Hawks. Most importantly.
Well, let's wrap up on this fabulous night.
It's fabulous night. Detroit City, two road games, 2 road wins.
6 points in
6
the count.
points.
And just remember the importance of banking the points early. That will help out in the playoff.
It sure did last year.
It sure did last year.
And it got us the top 3 position in the Eastern Conference.
And you probably know everybody like to complain, we're not going to stay for the early season game. They're very important. They will count towards the playoff chase. You know what I mean? And
every game is important regardless. It's not like, it's not like, say like in England with the Premier League where they just play games.
Okay.
And there's no playoff to determine a champion. Your performance during the season, that's how you're based on whether you're a winner or loser or not. Or in the top 4 making Champions League, or in the top 6 making European qualification or whatnot, or even bottom 3, whether you're going to be staying in the Premier League or not. So
and you go down to the championship, and the winner of the semifinals of the championship game, 3 through 6, get to play in the richest game of all.
Yes.
Win there, you get a lot. The budget bumped up. You get TV money. You get something.
All that fun stuff.
Freaking fabulous. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And by the way, if you're on Peacock or ESPN, You gotta watch the playoffs.
Well, the playoffs are actually Paramount. Paramount will have that.
Oh, Paramount has the EFL,
yeah. Paramount has the EFL rights. So
I've heard-
CBS Paramount.
I've heard-
I'm thinking that championship final may end up on CBS Sports Network. For
Oh,
all we
yeah.
know, so I don't know.
Oh, well, they do it, CBS, for the love of God.
Yes.
Because we love playoff soccer. We know
Yep.
about playoff
But
soccer.
speaking, okay, instead of going on the tangent about European, let's talk this league. The 5-0 start last year helped propel us to get that third position in the Eastern Conference, the home playoff game and whatnot. But now, this is obviously a tough stretch for Detroit City.
Yeah.
And we still have Birmingham coming here, who defeated us last year at Keywood Stadium.
2-1 on a late goal. That was a stretch of a lot of late goals or blown opportunities.
And then, of course, you know the track record down in Louisville. It's 0-4-0.
3 in the regular season, 1 in the playoff. The last 2, we got killed by 4 goals or more.
And Louisville's a strong team. And then Monterey Bay right after that.
On the road?
I believe we're here for that.
Okay. All right.
Checking real quick here on the old, what do you call it?
Fogo Mob.
On the FOB Mob here. So let's go back to
to
our schedule here.
Did it work tonight, by the way?
Yeah, it did. It actually did work. So I'm trying to get to Detroit City there. It's running slow there. Okay, there we go. We got the matches.
I know about slow matches. Yeah.
So let's go to the matches here.
I know about slow connection.
Monterey Bay at Keyworth on April 5th.
And then after that, the Phoenix Rising.
Yep. Phoenix Rising kind of rebuilding themselves. So.
And by the way, the big match, April 19th, the return of Maxie in Rhode Island Blue.
Yes, you're dreading that day.
Well,
I don't know if you're dreading that day or Maxie's going to dread that day coming in the Keyworth.
Well, let me tell you, Maxie is a total 100% spectacle, as he said his farewell speech. You know what I mean? He said, "I hope you don't boo me that much." You know what I mean? But remember, when you're part of the Academy,
I think there's some people that have said good riddance to him. We won't name names.
Well, I won't name names, but please calm down. You know what I mean? We'll treat him.
I know I'm going to be cordial.
And then, by the way, after the end of the game, after he played, he will salute the fans. Just say thank you and all that.
Absolutely, you know. But that's over a month away, folks.
Yeah, you're right. So.
Concerning issue next week, Birmingham Legion at Keyworth.
Oh,
home opener.
Yeah.
Do you think Detroit City has enough in them to overcome those guys last year?
For this game, yes, I think they could do it. But remember, you got 2 great forward
and you have a back line that can contain them. I'll tell you that much. I think that back line is a lot stronger than it was last year.
It's going to be 50-50.
We're not sure how.
And
if we're going to have Devin in the lineup, but Shane Weed has been filling in rather well in his absence, and and he's worthy of the acquisition that we ended up ended up getting him on as a free agent this year. He's paying dividends for Detroit City right now.
Yeah, but when you have 2 good strikers like in Danny Dreos, who won the title in Phoenix in 2023, and
Ronaldo
Damas. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
But when Ronaldo Damas, who won the title with Colorado Springs
and Phoenix the year before,
did not know that. Oh my.
Yep,
that's going to be
that
tough.
Combination together right there was the reason why Phoenix Rising won the USL Championship in 2023. So we shall see what happens, and of course we'll be there. We'll be there from the Key next Saturday afternoon. Look for Soccer Night in Detroit from the Key. Coming to you probably an hour before kickoff.
I should bring celebratory Faygo bubble gum pop for the celebration, because I don't drink alcohol.
Yep. And I try not to drink during the matches. I haven't been the last couple of weeks. So
we're professional.
Yeah, we're trying to be a little professional.
Let's wrap it up. We have a hot date tonight.
Yes, we have a hot. those of you celebrating St. Patrick's Day the next couple days, be safe out there.
And don't drink and drive, please.
Yes.
Please, for God's sake.
We'd love to see. I mean, if you celebrate at the parade or celebrating at the parade, make sure you make it home safe. If you're celebrating other things as well during the weekend, just make sure you make it home safe.
Including where Michigan State will end up in the big dance.
Right, exactly.
And it's going to be weird without Brian Gubble, R.I.P. to him.
Or Greg Gumbel.
Greg Gumbel, sorry.
Rest in peace, Greg
shoot,
Gumbel.
sorry. It's going to be weird.
Brian Gumbel's
yeah.
still alive.
Brian Gumbel's still alive. That's what I said. It's Greg Gumbel, a Detroit native. So, yeah.
But
let's wrap this.
yeah, the real March Madness is going to occur the opening day.
Oh yeah,
the opening day.
It's special.
It's very special to us as Detroit City FC followers. I think it's better than he'll go on about it next week.
It's better than opening day at Tiger Stadium.
Or Comerica Park for that matter.
Yes.
So we'll see y'all next week
Buckle
from the Key. Until then, folks, keep your feet in the ground. Keep reaching for the galaxy.